Alright, so this is rethinking what we should do in the aftermath of a relapse by taking into account the physical component of recovery. So if you are lying in bed after a bender and sitting pretty at rock bottom, and alcohol or whatever other substances are involved have by some miracle been removed, either by yourself because there's none left or by someone else, and you have this opportunity to take another crack at sobriety, first, thank God. I am so happy for you. I have been there. I know what it's like after a savage relapse. I've had a few. Since then, I figured out the right balance for my own optimal personal program, and I have enjoyed strong sobriety ever since. I'm gonna make a little video about that later, how everyone needs to find what works for them and how copying someone else's program isn't a solution. You are not the same as that person, so the same program won't work the same. Unique and individual people require unique and individual programs. But that's a subject for another video, and we will figure that out once we get you back in order. Right now, you need a strategy for managing yourself in the aftermath of a relapse. There are slips and there are full-blown benders. And this is what you should do if you go all the way off the rails. In the worst case scenario, you're completely mentally and physically depleted. The prevailing logic within recovery circles is that at this minute, you need to get yourself immediately to a meeting. This is because we don't know how big the window of time is before you pick up or go out again. And this logic assumes that the first thing you need to do is you must hold open this window by going and meeting with some sober people. However, there is something you need to do first. You should absolutely go to a meeting before you pick up or take another drink. But if we are talking about a situation in which you are detoxing, you need to figure that out first. You need to be good to yourself. You need to recover your strength first. This is the roughest period and it cannot be escaped, really. Your mind and body need to reset. Dedicate the hours and days in the immediate aftermath of waking up from the nightmare of a relapse to recovering in the classic sense of the word. You need to exercise patience in the reset, but you can sort of speed things up a little bit by creating an optimum environment for the recharging of your batteries. Your priority should be to get as much nutrition and sleep with sunlight in between as possible. If you immediately run out the door while you're still shaky to go to a meeting, it's going to be an uncomfortable experience. And if you're wondering, when it's time to go to a meeting, don't go to a meeting until sunlight doesn't make you blink. The last thing you want is negative reinforcement in your sort of fragile state. This would be like going to the gym before you're ready. What happens? You end up hating the gym. Get sleep, sunlight, and good nutrition, and if you smoke, try to lay off it. We recognize that we've been giving ourselves a pass for things like smoking and recovery for a long time, but we need to recognize that it is a drag on our mental and physical health. You're already enduring the shakes and general withdrawals. A little additional discomfort from not having a smoke every second you want one is not going to hurt. In fact, you'll feel better for it, trust me. If you can meditate on your delayed gratification, it can almost be as satisfying as instant gratification. When it comes to nutrition, yes, fruits and vegetables and balanced meals, but there's also rare molecules and beneficial amino acids in teas and herbs that you should take advantage of. Your body is depleted of everything, and you need to take advantage of a broad range of nutrition. We encourage you to go on WebMD or any such site that lists the nutritional profiles and health benefits of certain foods and make a game out of it. To start, we recommend fish oil, walnuts, leafy green vegetables, dark chocolate, berries, and avocados. Read about superfoods, heart-healthy food, and foods that are good for your brain. And imagine you're bringing this poor, nutrient-deficient creature back from the brink, which you are. Drink lots of water so that you puff up every cell in your body. Get yourself fully hydrated and satiate your need for consumption by drinking peppermint or ginger honey lemon tea everywhere you go. Down the road, this can be very useful at social gatherings when you feel like you need to be drinking something, and you're scoring health points while you're doing it. Another essential thing to do after relapse is to load up on vitamin A, B, C, and D. You should also take zinc and magnesium, and take it with an ionophore such as turmeric for maximum absorption and bioavailability. An ionophore helps transport ions across the cell membrane. In other words, it helps get the nutrients and minerals into the cell. Another useful one is green tea, which you should get in the habit of drinking. The final thing we recommend is that this time you make fitness a serious part of your recovery program. Start small with things you are comfortable with and you will not build negative reinforcement but positive association with. Get fresh air, get ample sunlight, and spend time in nature. And consider this as important as 12-step or whatever traditional recovery program you might implement. And again, make a game out of it. Be methodical and patient in your reviving of yourself. Don't be a weak wreck, leaning on crutches like cigarettes when you go to your first AA meeting. March in there with strength and purpose. Respect both mind and body in recovery. You've got this.